My. Has it been a week already? I can't believe it. I'm back. I'm working on part 2. I am a man of my word. I said I'd deliver a part 2. I tried to actually shoot one before I left for the week last week, but it was really draining after hearing that story about Leanna, and it was really hard to slog through the rest of this video here. So I think what I'm going to do today is go through the rest of this MCN story. Once again, I appreciate all of the comments and everything you guys have been leaving. Thanks again. And yeah, I'm going to try to dig in with a little bit more detail. If you have any more info, if I, fuck up some of the finer details, let me know. Don't hesitate to give me shit too. After all, that's what we're all here for. It's the internet. So this should be right where I left off last week. I might have backed up the video just a little bit to make sure. So if there's overlap, I apologize. But we're going to get the tail end of the Leanna story again, because apparently there was some good stuff that I missed but when I decided to quit the last video. And yeah, we'll go into the MCN story. And then I'll try to cover this new vlog that he made yesterday. But, we'll see. Anyways, here we go.
Whatever, but instead they had to bring her to the fucking hospital, and they did nothing. They literally did nothing to help her, and now she's
literally nothing. I don't want to dig back into this.
Story,
there is going to be a little overlap, but whatever.
Isn't that great? I mean, it's just such a great American healthcare system, right? So
yeah, this is where I left off.
Sleeping, in the room because of everything. She's still on the pills up me.
She's on the pill. So, not that you're gonna have to worry about that, Phil.
We grabbed like chicken sandwiches and we just ate them, and now she's sleeping. So
she's on the pill.
So that's what happened. Unbelievable. Like, oh my God. The thing is, I know if this ever happens again, I'm going to tell him, you are not allowed to bring her to the hospital. No. You get
how much of this do I have to listen to again?
You can't give her a pill. You want to give her a pill, give her a pill, and that's it. Because you're just going to waste our time again. You didn't help us at all.
I think like another minute.
What I thought, when they said counselor, I thought they were going to have like an actual psychiatrist or counselor come in and talk. And let's talk. Maybe I could talk it out and help you with some of your stress or your issues, or maybe something happened.
What she did though? She asked her questions
so that you can get that stress relieved and it doesn't happen again. That was the biggest
joke. It doesn't happen again. Oh, if I didn't say anything about this last time, yeah, whatever. Because that's what happens. You just have to talk with someone, and then anxiety attacks just go away forever.
I've ever seen in my life. That woman could have been anyone. That woman could have been the fucking janitor that just walked in. Who knows? Because she had no knowledge besides what she had on a piece of paper. And by the way, the article, and this is not even an exaggeration, the article they brought in about anxiety was from 1996.
I should look this up, actually. I'm curious, because it's a Mayo Clinic article. I actually don't live too far away from the Mayo Clinic. 1996. Bear with me here. This is retread, anyways. Feel free to skip ahead. Yeah, this is where I left off.
God. Okay, I got that off my chest. I mean,
good for you, Phil. Takes bravery. It takes bravery to exploit your girlfriend's health.
So, folks, now. Let's get back to my story from earlier, from part 2. So if you didn't hear the first half of this story, go watch part 2 of the HateLive
I said this
podcast.
before. I'm not going to do that.
Over there, you're going to find out about what the full story was up to now regarding what I'm talking about with this network. All right. So to recap and to get you right up to speed on where we were. All right.
I'm looking for this paper on my phone. 1996 Mayo Clinic article on anxiety. I can't find it. I don't want to stall too much on this. But typically, if it's a medical paper and it's a credible one, like they're still using it today, there will be a lot of citations on it. But all I can find is a 96 article on epilepsy. I'll do more research on this later.
I unlinked my DSP Gaming and KO Gaming channels from Curse because I was looking to take the KO Gaming channel and partner it with this new network, Poltavi, and see if they were going to live up to their promise of making a managed partnership. And if that went through, then I was going to link DSP Gaming. All right, that was my plan from the get-go. Unfortunately, YouTube changed the whole system of linking channels, of putting ads on channels on videos. All right.
The amount that this guy reiterates the same thing over and over again, it's so well rehearsed at this point. His little stories. I swear that he's got to go over this himself multiple times in order to keep everything straight. If there's a saying is that if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember it. But I swear to God, the reason why some of this stuff is well, he didn't really talk about this story before. People found it out on their own that it was, I had heard a couple things about Poltavi Laveria being a scam or whatever, or there was issues that he had going on there, and they not catfished him, but and he talks about it a little bit,
right?
I think.
And sadly, I couldn't do it right away. What I had to do was I had to create a Google AdSense account for each channel,
and you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. I mentioned this in the last video, too, I think, one of my other videos, that he couldn't wait for just a few seconds to get KO Gaming done.
Instructions said to do. They didn't say, do you have an existing...
Because he got KO Gaming done first. Fuck, so much of this is just the same thing. I forget what happens in what video.
Once a Google AdSense is linked to each channel, then you'll be approved for monetization.
It's probably a good thing.
You can link to an MCN or just run your own ads through your own personal Google AdSense. Why... that is the case. I have no idea, because if you have every intention of going with a partner network, there's no reason whatsoever for you to need a Google AdSense. You're never going to run your own ads. It's always going to be the partner network ads. So it makes no sense. This process was completely fucking broken.
Said it before or say it again. It does make sense. It shows that you're worthwhile to have around if you can have a Google AdSense account.
On Monday, when Poltavi, this new MCN that I was going to try out, was trying to link KO Gaming with their network, and it didn't work. They were getting an error saying it must be approved for monetization first. So I'm like, this sucks, okay?
This sucks.
So that Monday, I applied for first DSP Gaming, then KO Gaming for AdSense account.
Okay. Right. I remember this now.
I got a message saying KO Gaming was approved.
Even though he did it
then
second.
Then I got a message saying DSP Gaming was denied because you had just applied for a new AdSense account.
And people were like... I don't know if I mentioned this before, but KO Gaming doesn't have as much content on it. If he's going to go ahead and do that one first for an AdSense partnership, it's very easy for Google to comb over it and be like, oh, yeah, this isn't going to be a big deal. It's highly edited stuff. We're not going to have to worry about copyright strikes or whatever. They're pulling the ropes. They're paying you. I mean, come on. It makes more sense. It's easier for them to look at the content. There are two things that probably happened here. I'm speculating, as I always do. He was banned from Google AdSense. I didn't mention this before, but yeah, that was an issue that had happened with him years ago. He caused issues, and it was a big problem. He pissed off people at Google, and then he basically lost his right to have DSP Gaming monetized through Google AdSense. That happened, but potentially the other thing, too, the other reason why, because he was so impatient, he was so ready to make the cash grab, was that it was going to take him a lot longer to look at DSP Gaming and, whether or not they told him, no, this account is already, or can't be linked because you already have an account or a business account, whatever, with KO Gaming, personal account with KO Gaming. We can't do it, but it would have taken them a lot longer to go through and see, because it's an older channel. There's tons and tons of videos on it. It would mean a lot more work to run ads on it, and they probably were green-lighting KO Gaming much quicker, and that's why it probably triggered first. It's probably a mix between what's easier to get the ads going on or what's easier to just get through the green light quicker. That's my 2 cents on it. I could be right. I could be wrong. I don't feel like doing any research on this, though.
Name and
but it's highly likely, though, that it was, his own fucking fault, because he does things that bite him in the ass later on. And he was too quick on the cash grab that he linked both the channels to monetization without thinking about the implications.
Yes, for KO Gaming, and you can't have 2 AdSense accounts at once.
No shit.
One individual person at one address in the United States cannot have 2 AdSense accounts, only one. So,
well, see, that's what you do. All right, he's already using the tax write-off for his office. So what he needs to do is sublet his office to himself, right, and use it as a business. So use his address, and then have Unit 2 be his business address, and then it's a different address. Boom. Yeah, I rent that out to a businessman.
Why didn't it just say that to begin with? Never said that when I was doing these. I was just
I'm
going
sure
through
it
the
did.
instructions that were instructing me create a new AdSense account for each one.
I'm
But the
sure it
question
told
here
you.
really,
It was in that long-winded terms of service in there somewhere, probably.
all right, and this is what makes no sense, okay?
Tell us, what doesn't make sense?
Why
Yeah, I had to think about what didn't make sense.
KO Gaming get approved for AdSense before DSP Gaming? I applied for DSP Gaming a full 45 minutes before KO.
He couldn't even wait a whole hour. I wonder what he did in that 45 minutes. He definitely didn't read the terms of service. No, it was just a cash grab. He just wanted to get them both up and running so he could get his money, chop, chop. And like I said, it's probably a mix of two things. DSP Gaming's got a stigma attached to it. That's why, you see it on this massive link up on the top of the screen. And additionally, it's just a lot more content to have to run ads on. And so they probably wanted to rake through because it's such an older, channel. And there's just tons of videos being uploaded to it every day. It's probably much easier for them to greenlight KO Gaming, even if you waited 45 minutes.
KO Gaming, and KO Gaming got approved like that, while DSP Gaming ended up getting denied later. So even their own system, the order that they process incoming requests is flawed and
they're
fucked up.
probably on a hierarchy.
Flawed, okay? So
Makes sense,
KO Gaming
doesn't it?
had an AdSense linked
Makes
to
sense
it,
to
no
me.
problems.
What
right?
do I know?
So I did notify Poltavi, and I said, let's link KO Gaming. This was Tuesday, May 2nd. Follow the timeline.
Jeez, May 2nd.
Let's link KO Gaming,
Feels like
and let's start the
like a
process
fucking
to get
year
into this
ago.
partnership. Oh, they said, okay. So they said they're going to send an invite. So I'm waiting. Finally, about halfway through the day, this thing pops up, and it says, Laveria Media.
Yeah,
has
they're
invited
catfishing
you
him.
to their network. I'm like, who the hell is Laveria Media? I'm working with a company called Poltavi. Every contract
This
I
is
ever
the
signed
this is
said
the
it-
potential scam thing that people looked into. Whether they're reputable companies or whatever, I couldn't give a fuck. At the end of the day, he's back to where he started. He's back with Curse. He doesn't have his own Google AdSense accounts anymore, I assume. He's back to square one. I mean, all of this is just obnoxiously repetitive and pointless. Fucking metaphor for my life.
It was the company I was partnered with is Poltavi. And that's the company I searched on the internet, and I couldn't find any information about whatsoever. Okay.
Well, I have my phone
All of a
handy.
sudden, I get an invite.
Usually I set my phone aside and I just try to focus on the video. Since this is a part 2 and I'm a week late, it's going to reflect my half-assedness. But, okay, I'm going to just do a little... Go ahead, Phil. Keep talking. I'm going to do a little Google search.
Other company. Laveria, I don't know who the hell they are. So I go back to them and I say,
Poltavi.com.
what is this?
It
And
shows
they go,
up right away.
"Oh."
Poltavi.com, talent management, unleash creativity. Poltavi is YouTube's leading talent agency. Where did he look then? It showed up right away on the top. They've got a nice, sleek, trendy website, and it's talent supported by top-tier creators worldwide. Kind of actually looks like a pyramid scheme website. I like it. They're doing a great job if they're actually catfishing people out of money, but fuck do I know.
That is our partner company. They handle all of our technical requests and technical stuff. So that's why you got that invite. So yes, you should accept that invite. Now, immediately, I smelled a huge red fucking flag.
He smelled the flag? He smelled the flag? All right. Maybe that's the Seattle lingo coming out. I smelled a flag. I smelled a red flag. Something stinks, and it's a flag.
Something up there. If I'm contracted with one contract here that says one company, and you send me an invite from another company, obviously that's wrong.
Well, it
That
says
is
actually
fake, that
right
is
here
false.
on their website that they're multi-platform network. So it looks like they're big. How did he not find anything about them? I just typed in Google and it brought me right to their website, and then it has their YouTube site.
No way. And I knew that.
And their
But
Twitter.
Here's what I knew. Number one, I knew I wasn't going to upload any videos to KO Gaming in the near future anyway. I had no real reviews or anything to put out.
Great, yeah, keep squandering KO Gaming. That's smart. He lost his potential with that. I mean, fucking A. He had his 1 million views on fucking Homefront, and then he went on vacation. Dumbass.
So I knew there was no real...
He really cares about KO Gaming. All right. I'll be abundantly clear. I've been following this guy forever. His business decisions and his choices that he made. And he fucked up with KO Gaming. He still managed to pull a homer on that one. Got a bunch of views. It probably helped him out a little bit. I don't know. But then he doesn't do anything with it.
Risk involved. And number two, YouTube has a new thing. A lot of people don't know about this. YouTube has a new system by which if you partner any channel, all right, with a network, you have the ability to sever that partnership immediately. However, for legal reasons, YouTube leaves it so that the quickest that you can absolutely have it severed is 30 days. So let's say, for example, you partner with a company, you're with them for 2 months.
Seems like an
odd
little
you can
detail.
sever it, and then in 30 days, that channel will be released, or you can ask the company to do it even quicker, and then they'll do it even quicker.
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I'm sure there's penalties and shit for, severing a contract like that, but it seems like an odd little thing to try to exploit.
Okay. So that's the deal, all right?
What the hell was that?
And by the way, I've seen people in the stream chat saying stuff like, have I talked to a Dan Warren or a Kieran Johnson? No, I never heard of those people. Never heard of one guy that I talked to. His name was Dylan. And then the other guy who supposedly was supposed to be the CEO of Poltavi, his name was Dibio or something like that. I never spoke. It was always through Skype or through email, so I don't even know if these people were even in the U.S. Maybe they're in fucking, Taiwan.
Yeah,
or
they're into. They're all Taiwanese catfish. Fry those up, nice and tasty.
About who they really are, I have no idea. Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
So, I can't. Okay. I was not looking forward to making this video. I wanted to do a part 2. I said I'd do a part 2. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. But you all know what fucking happens. This is pointless. He just goes back to curse.
Oh, I said, here's what I'll do. Since I know there's already a protection in place, for the sake of it, just in case maybe this really is the most disorganized, fucked up company on the planet, but just maybe they actually have the clout to...
It's not uncommon. I mean, it's not uncommon, especially in media, to have a really higher up, big managing company to take care of, the little claims, and then they sublet to these smaller companies and, let them handle the talent or whatever. And sometimes they give them different names and make them trendy, their little branches or whatever. It's not a totally fucked up thing. I mean, people might have told them that it was a scam or whatever, but it's not that uncommon for a big, conglomerate to exist.
To get me a managed partnership. I'm going to accept this invite on KO Gaming.
But he smelled a red flag. Why would he? He smelled a red flag.
Demand that they actually make it managed like they promised me. And if they follow through with their promise, then I'll consider, once DSP Gaming gets the issue cleared up with AdSense, partnering DSP Gaming with this company. But let's see what happens with KO Gaming.
It didn't.
Right?
It didn't get that issue never got cleared up.
I accepted their invite, and as of Tuesday, May 2nd, KO Gaming was partnered with supposed to be Poltavi, but in reality, it was this company called Laveria that I'd never heard of and apparently had never spoken to any employees of. Okay, so that was as of Tuesday. Now, technically, here's the thing. I wasn't partnered with them.
This is the slowest week I've ever had to listen to.
We had no contract between myself or KO Gaming or Laveria. There was no standing agreement. So really, there was no legal responsibility for anyone to hold up to any agreement. By the way, the contracts I signed, as I'd already mentioned, didn't even have the web addresses of the YouTube channels on them, so the contracts weren't even legal either. The whole thing smelled to high heaven like a botched deal, and it was just either
it smelled like a botched deal
or unprofessional, or they were trying to pull something, trying to be a scam artist or whatever.
What an idiot. What a fucking idiot. I love how he's so willing to experiment with this shit. I mean, he talked about, big experiment, I'm going to try to use AdSense. And he's so strapped for cash, but he can experiment. Well, this could be a scam. It could be a fucking scam, but let's partner KO Gaming, because I just can't give a fuck, and I'm in fucking fuck forest right now.
Okay. So...
At least he coordinated his shirt with his mug.
At that time, when KO Gaming became partnered with Laveria...
He actually went through the effort to put up his other hand. The first time it was a one-hand finger quote. I don't like it. I don't like unclosed quotation marks. He had both fingers that time.
It wasn't. It was a phantom agreement that didn't really legally exist.
Phantom agreement.
What happened?
You have a phantom argument. You're talking with phantom tongues, my friend. This is all stupid and pointless.
Was that Tuesday as I was streaming? People.
It's just, oh, look at all the bullshit I have to deal with. Oh my God. Oh, can you believe this?
Started to search, and what they do is they look at the metadata of YouTube, and they go, oh, in the metadata of the videos on KO Gaming, it says that Phil was partnered with Laveria Media on KO Gaming, and they start spamming everywhere on the internet about this. They start spamming social media.
Well, that's because you were tight-lipped. People wanted to know. I wanted to know. I want to know who you're with so I could Google search them and actually, like, I found out more in the 30 seconds it took me to look Poltavi up on my fucking phone than Phil did, and he couldn't find anything about him.
You know, on the stream chat and on my videos, the detractors are out in force. Did you hear Phil's with this company, Laveria? Did you hear what this Phil is with Laveria? And it was hilarious because they're like, DSP Gaming's it's with it too and everything. That was completely false. That never happened.
Well, no.
So all of a sudden it all explodes, right? And of course now they're like, well, we want to do research on this company and find out who they are. And they start to do research on this company. All right. So that was what, Tuesday.
You are so fucking lazy that the people who dislike you want to do research for you. Think about that for a minute. He's so fucking lazy that the people who don't care for him are willing to do research for him. That's how bad he is at this.
At that moment that KO Gaming got partnered, I messaged my contacts at Poltavi again. And I said, now,
hey, you close those quotation marks, young man.
Listen.
Old man.
You promised me the managed partnership. I got this done. Let's get the managed partnership going here because DSP...
Yeah, because I'm not making money. Let's get it going, people. Come on, chop, chop. It's just like the fucking hospital. Walk up, take a number. What better be number one, motherfucker?
Isn't even cleared yet with the AdSense issue. Let's get the managed partnership going on KO Gaming. And immediately, all right,
I'm going to drink way too much during this.
The response I got changed completely from what I was promised before I had partnered KO Gaming. The moment that I brought it up after I had partnered...
When has that happened before? When is that... I've altered the deal already. Pray that I don't alter it further. Where has that happened before, Phil? Oh, I don't know. A couple months ago, you bother people trying to do the job for you, and they get pissed off at you, and they either let you go or they renegotiate or, just
not partnered because it wasn't partnered technically legally. It was just linked to Laveria on YouTube. The response I got...
Not partnered, but linked. All right, great, good.
Was, oh, well, see, here's the thing. We could eventually get you into a managed partnership, but since Poltavi is such a small network and we're looking to recruit people, we need to recruit more people. We need to recruit more people to our network and get more people under our umbrella, because once we have a full force of people bringing in tons of views every day, then we'll have more clout with YouTube, and then we'll vouch for you and we'll try to get you the managed partnership. And I was like,
wow.
Immediately I was like, what? Like, what? Are you serious? Like, this sounds like a fucking stink job of bullshit.
It says that they're the leading talent agency supported by top-tier creators.
So, I get that fucking bullshit response, right? In the meantime, as I said, all of my detractors and naysayers and people are basically spamming social media saying, Phil's with Laveria.
Well,
Laveria's a bad
I don't bother him on fucking... See, again, this is it's a matter of cursory research, finding out if you're joining a company that's trying to scam people, or they're promising you the world and they don't have it, or if it's a pyramid scheme or it's a marketing. There are companies like that all the time that they'll say, they'll put on the facade and they'll interview you and they'll be like, oh, well, we're really big and high and mighty, and you're like, all right, whatever, whether you have to pay in or work for them or whatever, there are varying degrees of this. But, there are times where you might give away your personal information, your email, your phone number, whatever, and then the company does nothing for you. I mean, you're not making money. This isn't, you're not making money, you're not losing money. There are a couple of, I mean, it's your basic pyramid scheme. You either buy into it with an amount, or you sit on the sidelines and you wait and you see what happens. But you can look into this shit. It's not hard to figure out. Anyways, but it comes back to the same point that I just made. The people who dislike him are doing better research for him than he can even hope for.
Network, and they're terrible. Why would they bring in Phil? They're probably a scam. They said all this negative shit, just like they had done, like I had mentioned, with this other network that I was looking to partner with back in February, who had to totally cancel the whole thing that they wanted to do with me because of the negative tension. These people, yet again, did the same exact thing with this Laveria company and spammed everywhere that Laveria is terrible and how could they get DSP and all of this shit, okay? So as this
so they care. They care. So they care for you. They say, "Oh no, poor Phil." Fucking hell.
Happening. The people from Poltavi, all right, contact me and say, "Did you mention that you signed with Laveria Media?" And I said, "No, I have not said anything about, that I'm with any. I've not mentioned a name or anything yet. Nothing. None of that has been mentioned at all. What happened is people are probably pulling the metadata from the channel and finding it that way because it is public knowledge." And this guy,
were they using Social Blade? I thought Social Blade was broken.
Is like shocked. He couldn't believe that data exists. He was under the impression that when you partner with a network, it's a secret, right? Now, we all know that's stupid. I mean, Social Blade can find that data almost immediately, usually, right?
Yeah, except for when it sucks and it doesn't work.
Dumb that this guy didn't even know that.
Didn't he say even it was either earlier in this video or like his previous video? Social Blade's never right, but it can also find data immediately.
I'm gonna publicly know that I had been partnered with their company, okay? Even though I wasn't. So he's like, what?
Yeah, the more I look at the Poltavi website, the more it looks like just one of those fucking pyramid scheme sites. It's like I'm looking at their, you just go on there and you click on oh Jesus, About Us, and they have little hip little logos and text, channel consulting. All channels get access to their dedicated managers and our certified staff to help with any questions or inquiries. So yeah, it seems like they're just a big media conglomerate, and then they have a bunch of either MCMs with Laveria and then other people. So they have their own smaller companies within them. Short-term contract. We don't lock you in long-term. You get 3 months. But YouTube lets you fucking cut out 30 days. It's really funny. They have a brand and sponsorship thing at the bottom, and there's like, you can scroll through a couple of them. I don't know any of these. Oh, they're sponsored by Elgato, SteelSeries, Gaming Gear, BenQ, Control Freak, whatever. Razer. Oh. The sponsorship is YouTube.
I don't know. This is kind of bad because we're getting.
Yeah. You can see all this free. I'm just looking at it on my phone right now, just for kicks.
Bad social media blowout and all of this, and I'm like, listen.
It says one of their brands, their sponsors is YouTube. That's hilarious.
All right, like these are just people who are just trolling right now. But you promised me you were going to put me in a managed partnership. We have a contract saying you're going to do it.
Yeah, but you said it was a wispy phantom contract just a bit ago.
Are you going to do it or not? And basically, the guy completely blew me off for the rest of Tuesday and would not answer.
Wow,
okay?
all day Tuesday. You had to wait.
So in the meantime, all right, the day passes. Now it's Wednesday, May 3rd. All right, now it's Wednesday, May 3rd. And
you're living in the past, man. So am I.
And
I'm like 20 days late to this.
Now, DSP Gaming, I'm trying to figure out how am I going to solve this issue with DSP Gaming, right? I'm trying to figure this out, and I can't figure it out because DSP Gaming is linked to an AdSense account that was denied because you can't have two AdSense accounts.
Because you fucked yourself. You fucked yourself at least one way, potentially two ways. God.
Trying to manually link DSP Gaming to the other AdSense account from KO Gaming that was approved, and the system won't let me fucking do it. I'm trying, and it's saying error. No matter what I do, it just links me back to the defunct account. So I'm furious. I'm losing my mind. I'm going to rip my hair out. But the YouTube channel claims that it's under review. So I actually email YouTube support, and I say, can you please...
Is it denied or is it under review? Well, that makes a little bit more sense with what I was saying. It's a channel with tons and tons and tons of content on it. Tons of videos. It's going to take forever to sift through that if they're actually looking at it. And it's been around for years. And they're probably like, well, why is this guy reapplying for AdSense now? Or if he got banned and it didn't work out for him, then fucking A.
Confirmed that my channel is under review and that it's going to be approved for monetization, despite the fact that it looks like I can't fix this issue with the AdSense. And YouTube support, creator support, came back to me and said, yes, we confirm 100% that your DSP gaming channel is under review, and if the content is approved, you will be approved for monetization. Don't worry about the ad.
Well, there you go. There you go. It's under review. That's why that makes sense, doesn't it? It's easier for them to look at channels that are newer and drawing in lots and lots of traffic and have fewer videos and be like, yeah, we want to jump in on this. We're going to get way more ad impressions because we see you have a fairly recent video, like a year old now. I don't know how long Homefront video was or ago, but they're like, yeah, let's put that through the green light. We're going to make some cash here. Excellent. That's why KO Gaming got greenlighted way quicker. And then now you're looking at a channel that's barely straggling by. It's struggles to get 1,000 views per video, and it's uploading tons and tons of stuff, and it's years old, so there's lots of content to go back through. So if it's under review, then it makes perfect sense that it took them forever. What about this doesn't make sense?
AdSense. Okay. Sounds great to me, right? Now, during the course of Wednesday, I'm also constantly pinging Poltavi. I'm saying,
good. Bother them some more.
Are you going to put KO Gaming into the managed partnership? And then now basically they're saying, again, completely changing the tune, well, there's no way that they could give me the managed partnership now. There's no way. Because it takes a long time and they don't have enough clout to do it. And I'm like, you have contractually promised me you would do it.
With a wispy, non-specific contract. Oh, God damn it.
It says right in the contract, you will sign me to your normal...
Yeah, but it wasn't legally binding because it didn't have their YouTube channel. Like, whatever the fuck he said just a bit ago. The man contradicts himself like crazy.
Partnership, and then, flip me over to the manage. It doesn't say eventually. It doesn't say when we finally have capability. It says you will do it upon execution of this contract. Therefore, legally, you're obligated to do it. And the guy's basically like saying, but there's so many other reasons to be with us. We're going to go out to ad companies and we're going to buy ads and we're going to bring in advertisers to our network that are going to pay you more money than if you did it with another network. And we're going to do, we have this music partnership that you could get free music. Basically trying to spin it in every possible way that I would still want to stay with them even though they...
Right, they promise you the world. Of course they do. Well... It's kind of silly that he went along with this for so long. Even if he was suspicious, God, please just get to the end of this.
They had promised me the managed partnership, and within one day of me being with them, basically completely reneged on the whole thing.
What? What? What did you say?
So as of Wednesday night...
Hang on, sorry.
Basically completely reneged on the whole...
They what? All right.
Whole thing.
All right.
So as
you want to go with that?
Wednesday night.
They what?
As of Wednesday night, we still had no resolution. And so what I did is Wednesday night, I was waiting all night, like what's going to happen?
Yeah, all night. All night for him is like 45 minutes. He watches like couple episodes of like Dragon Ball or something with Leanna on the couch. Ooh, all night.
Email in the middle of the night, Wednesday night, saying YouTube has declined your application and you cannot get ads on DSP Gaming because you don't have a valid AdSense. And I'm like,
what? Huh? That's kind of a... You can't get AdSense because you don't have AdSense? Nah, this has to do with him being banned from AdSense before, or he goofed something else up.
Their support line just fucking told me that that was not going to be an issue and that it would basically be approved, and now I got denied because of
No, they told you it was under review. Under review doesn't mean... Oh, God.
And I got to do a massive shout-out to longtime viewer and longtime fan Chelsea, because Jealousy scoured the internet and he actually found out another issue. Now, the situation he found out wasn't to do with YouTube channel specifically, but someone else on the internet recently had tried to make an AdSense account for a website and goofed up. And so the AdSense got denied. Then they made a valid one, and they were trying to link the valid one with their website, and it wouldn't work properly. Okay? And
this is something that he could figure out. He could... Well, if it was that easy to find out because somebody else had a similar problem.
It's the same issue I was having, okay?
He couldn't do anything himself. Nothing he could do.
So Jealousy went ahead and found this article of this guy writing. He says, I figured out how to salve it. And this is how you salve it. As messed up as it sounds. Wait till you hear this story.
He put a little +3 healing salve on his wound.
So you go to the page where it says link your YouTube channel to an AdSense account, okay? Now there's a button there that says link to a different one.
Okay.
But before you click that button, you have to go to another tab in your browser, log out of your browser, okay? So log out of Google in that browser. Go back to the other tab, click, now I want to link this channel with a new AdSense account.
My God.
Then you have to put in the AdSense information, okay?
He was probably... Oh, that's funny. I wonder if he uses Chrome and he's just always logged in, and then.
But you're not done then. It's not done. Now it's still not linked properly. Now you have to go back to that other tab and log back in again as the channel that has the approved AdSense. Then you got to go back to this tab and click approve again. Then you have to go back to the other tab again.
Why does he have to make it such a big deal about going from a tab to another tab? Why does it need that big, grand, revolving arm gesture? This sounds like it's a very quick fix. There's probably even, I don't know if you looked it up, it's like, quick fix, how to deal with this. If you're using Chrome and you're just always logged in, then it probably fucks up somehow, because he's probably on his other channel, but he's still logged into his regular Google account. Because you can link multiple YouTube accounts to one email, and that was probably what was causing the issue, potentially. I don't know, but I guess he was able to pull it off. Fucking whatever.
Log out and log back in as the original YouTube channel that has the issue.
Yeah, it takes so much time. Well, no wonder he thinks this is like so much work, because he thinks it takes forever to fucking tab out to another tab or to log into an account or log into another one. If that's your definition of a lot of fucking work, then searching for how to fix this issue online, well, it's out of the question. That's like a fucking 2-week project.
That you're trying to link the working AdSense to, you have to log into that, go back to the original tab again, and again click the finalize button or whatever the hell it is. So literally you have to go here, then 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 here.
No, you're flipping between one tab and you're managing 2 accounts. I do that shit all the time. I have to flip between this account on YouTube and then my main channel. And, well, my main channel I don't even fucking use anymore. I just shit post on this one. But it's not hard. And they're linked to separate email accounts. So, I do have to log out of a different Google account. Oh, my God. What the fuck was that? I think I just died and went to hell.
Get this to work. It's a broken...
Phil is tap dancing in hell.
Fucking process, and YouTube is fucking... These coders are terrible at their jobs.
Nope. Doesn't really sound like a big issue. I would think that... Well, I suppose back in the day you had to. I don't know. I'm going to probably fucking eat my words on this, but... I don't think you could always have 2 YouTube channels linked to one email address when Google took over. I think you needed separate email addresses to tag them to. That's probably why I did my... I mean, we're talking years ago that I did this shit, and that's probably why I needed a new Google account. So it could just be a remnant of that. I needed a new email address to make this account fucking years ago. It doesn't seem like it's that bad of an issue. Granted, it's a minor annoyance, but it doesn't seem like one that you couldn't work around. Well, obviously he did. He pulled it off, and somebody told him how to do it because he couldn't figure out how to fucking do it himself.
that they don't realize that this exists, and some guy literally sat there fucking with it for hours one day till he figured out how to fix it.
For hours.
So,
poor sap.
Finally, I figured this out, and as of now, Wednesday night, I get DSP Gaming approved for monetization. So
good.
now it's do or die time, because I'm like, it's now in 2 days.
My beer I'm talking about, not this. This is stupid. I'm going to get another one. I'll be right back. Go ahead. If you hear me yell from the other room, that's because I heard Phil say something stupid. This is a new mic. I broke my old mic when I got home from vacation, and I bought a new one, and I like it. I just, if the audio is a little different on this video, that's why.
Right now it's early Tuesday morning, or early Thursday morning, excuse me. So at this point, it's now May 4th. And I'm like, it's do or die time, because they've had 2 days now to action a managed partnership on KO Gaming. And if they don't do it today, there's no way in hell I'm linking DSP Gaming, and I'm going to fucking just basically back out of this whole thing. So I went back to them again, and I said, listen, this is it. The reason that I signed with you primarily wasn't the
For
tiny
money.
bit of extra ad revenue you're going to give me over what I was getting with Curse. It's that I want the managed partnership.
Right.
So if you don't get me the managed partnership by the end of today, I'm out. Okay? I waited. I got no response whatsoever.
Oh, God.
None. Zero. So
This
I
is
said,
how... Don't you learn anything, you asswipe? This is why you got fired from Machinima. This is why they severed your contract. What are you going to do?
That's it. I'm done. Here's what I did. First of all, I was talking to them primarily on Skype. On Skype, I typed up a formal message.
That's where a formal message on Skype. Skype is where all of the fucking big business deals going down.
I hereby formally request the severance of our
It's a formal message because he used the word formally.
contracts for DSP Gaming and KO Gaming effective immediately. I know that legally you don't have the obligation to release KO Gaming for within a 30-day time period, but I request that you release it as soon as you can.
Actually, yeah, they could do 3 months,
I went to KO
according to their website.
Gaming, and I manually canceled it because there's a button you cancel, and then it even says your partnership or your link is now terminated, but there's a 30-day wait period legally that we have to have. But if they decide to sever you quicker than that, that's great. Okay. Then I went to email and I typed him a formal email, and I said,
because Skype is so much more efficient.
Dear Dibio, or whatever the hell his name was, I formally request...
Does he know how to speak English?
...that these contracts be canceled. I've had enough.
Sorry, I'm still... That last fucking video about his story with Leanna. I mean, it was this video. This is a long-ass video. I cannot sit through these things for very long. I get impatient, or I stop and I chatter too much and it takes fucking forever.
You promised me one
shout out to Uber, by the way.
thing, and you're not delivering, therefore it's a violation of our contract. Done, okay? And I sent him the email, and that was it. As of Thursday, that was Thursday, May 4th.
He was with them for 2 days.
That was the last contact that I had with this company. I never spoke to them again. They never responded to my email, nothing. No, I never heard anything from them again, all right? KO Gaming, within 2 days, was released from the link to Laveria. So apparently they waited 2 days and they decided to release it. And of course, DSP Gaming, I never linked. So legally, I had no problems with that whatsoever. There was no responsibility. Plus, the contracts that I had signed weren't legal contracts anyway, because they didn't have the fucking web addresses of the actual YouTube pages in them. Therefore, they were contracts for nothing. And as of that was it. That day, the 4th, I was legally done with them. And as of the 6th, KO Gaming was unlinked. And
he
whole
keeps
thing
looking
was
at his
cleared up.
script. Or he's got a big calendar. I could see him as being one of those guys with like one of the giant whiteboard calendars, takes up like half the wall. And he has to put little post-it notes or, write on it in big red marker saying, make sure you talk about X on this day.
All right. Now,
bullshit.
I've heard so much misinformation about people saying former employees of Laveria were interviewed and said this or that. I only spoke with 2 people ever. One people's guy, the initial guy who started writing me via email, his name was Dylan. And then later
Dibio.
on, apparently I talked to the CEO of Poltavi, who was Dibio. That was
Dibio.
it. I never spoke with...
dib, yo.
anyone else. I actually heard that supposedly someone who claimed that they were someone who worked for Laveria said that they terminated my contracts because they did research and they found out who I was and that I had done unsavory things on stream and they couldn't have that. Completely false.
Well, whether it's completely false or not, the information's out there. Your past is going to bite you in the ass because they're going to go dig into you. They're going to look into you. And they're going to smell a red flag.
All that information is 100% bullshit because, number one...
More like they're going to smell a red rocket. Hey-o.
They already knew who I was, and like I said, up front in the contracts, they wanted to claim videos on my behalf from This Is How You Don't Play. They knew all about This Is How You Don't Play. They knew all about the negative stereotype and stigma associated with me on YouTube. They knew what they were getting into when they were recruiting me. That was part of the thing they were using to try to recruit me, which I said I wasn't really interested in. So in that regard, that's absolutely ridiculous that they would even say that because there was some negative stuff associated with me that they suffered.
I don't think they care about This Is How You Don't Play.
the tie with me. That's complete bullshit. Number two, I severed the tie with them as of Thursday, May 4th. So regardless if they made any internal decision.
Well, they never responded to you, according to your words. So maybe they had already made up their minds about you? You were with them for 2 days.
After that, I already legally given my notice and said, I'm gone.
Formally, legally, in a formal Skype message.
So they had...
You can fucking divorce your wife with Skype. I formally end our marriage. I'll see you in court. I'm going to FaceTime my lawyer.
No, they had no action there. There's no way you could get rid of someone who already quit or severed the connection. And number...
You got to just slap it.
3.
Sever that connection. God, I'm bored.
I never had any legal agreement with Laveria, period.
Well, there you go. There you go. But they had... Oh, my God. There's so many fucking holes in this fucking story.
Any agreement with them whatsoever. So if any employee of Laveria went on any podcast and said anything, none of that applies.
Went on any podcast. He knows. He fucking knows. He must watch the SoCast.
To me, because I never had a contract with Laveria. It doesn't matter that if I had a contract with Poltavi, if Poltavi is a subsidiary of Laveria, all I had a legal agreement with was Poltavi. Therefore, there was no way they could ever do anything anyway. Like, legally, they didn't have a leg to stand on.
Legally, they didn't have a leg to stand on because I got on Skype and I said, hey, I formally do hereby revoke your legs.
There was no legal contract that was ever signed. The only reason I went through with it is because I wanted to see if there's really a small and up-and-coming network. Maybe they would really get me into a managed partnership, and if that were the case, stretching it, I would do it. But the whole thing was just bullshit. The whole thing was
it really is.
Garbage.
And, you're back with Curse now.
Situation was basically a lie, okay? And it's terrier. That's really stupid.
It's terrier? Did he say terrier? Is Poltavi run by dogs?
Really stupid, and it's now I learned my lesson. Obviously, from now on, if I'm ever gonna do dealings on YouTube, it's got to be with a company that has some kind of. If I search for them, I can at least find them on the fucking internet and find some information on them and get feedback about if they're
there. They have a website. He's probably still using fucking Ask Jeeves. He fucking takes taxis and uses Ask Jeeves. He uses some fucking rollback because it's ask.com now. By the way, new sponsor. For all of your search engine needs, ask.com or org. I fucking don't remember. Please don't fire me. No, he must use some fucking rolled back history from the 90s of Ask Jeeves to find out about his MCNs. He doesn't fucking... God.
Company or not.
Google, that's just an email website.
Because it's obvious there's some bad people out there who are trying to screw people over.
Actually, doesn't he use Yahoo for his email? Oh my God. Never mind. I'm not going to get into this.
More than likely what would have happened was they probably would have tried to link both my channels.
Or Hotmail or some shit. I forget what his actual email
both
is.
Both my channels into this.
God, he's got a little bit of heartburn there.
And led me on for months and months and months, promising me the world. All right, that you're still gonna get the managed partnership.
Yeah, people do that. Agents will do that, and legitimate agents will do that. Talent agents will do that. And scammer agents will do that. I mean, it's just to get you to sign because they want your money, no matter what. It's up to you to do the research, do the legwork, take a little fucking personal responsibility, and figure this shit out for yourself. But no, it's so bad that the people who dislike you are doing better research for you. I don't even have to fucking try. I look at my phone while I'm talking about you, and I see this shit.
They had said that
Ain't
at some
hard.
point maybe they could get me product sponsorships and shit. They probably would have just kept saying that and never giving me any of it.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
maybe.
they're
Who
rolling
knows?
in the cash is coming in for them from my channels, right?
Yeah,
So,
all that cash you make.
Pretty ridiculous, okay? That this is the whole situation. Now, here's the bottom line from what I learned, because after this happened, all right, after I was in this whole situation where my channels were now unlinked from Curse, so they were now running on a personal AdSense account, I said, you know what? Since I
Channels? Oh, that's right. He used the weird backdoor method to use AdSense.
went through all the
To
trouble
get
creating
DSP
this
on there.
personal
DSP
AdSense
gaming.
account and all of this, let me leave my channels unpartnered from anyone for 3 or 4 days. And let's actually see what kind of money comes in from a personal AdSense
It wasn't
account
worth it. You're back with
versus
Curse.
an account that's not or that's partnered, right? So it would be, Curse's ads running that are making money versus my own. Because the thing is that Curse or any partner network takes a cut of your profits on the ad revenue.
Yep.
But if their ads are overall paying more, then maybe it doesn't make a difference, right? Maybe overall it makes sense to still be with that partner network.
This shit again. It's just, you can't be hurting that badly for cash if you're risking it for days. And, I mean, what? You're willing to wait 3 or 4 days to see if AdSense works as opposed to, I need this MCN now, urgently, so urgently, I'm going to badger you every fucking 10 minutes. I'm going to send you a Skype message or an email message. No.
Because overall you're making tons more money because the ads are better. So I didn't know, and I said, let's do an experiment. So for 4 days, allowed
Count 'em.
my channels,
4
DSP
days.
Gaming and KO Gaming, to be under a standard AdSense. Now, during this time period is when I started playing the game Prey. Okay, so I was getting.
He's got to look at his.
views.
He's got to look at his giant whiteboard calendar. It's like, oh yeah, Prey. Oh yeah. I fucking bet he gets off on that every morning by having his giant whiteboard calendar and then marking off the days that he's gonna play X, Y, and Z game, and then I gotta tell people about this.
On DSP Gaming at the time, that weekend, the views actually
Nah, he probably sniffs the markers. That's what gets him off.
skyrocketed to almost double what they are on a normal day because people were watching the new playthrough. And by the way, all the ads were enabled. People were telling me, yeah, we're seeing the video ads, we're seeing the mid-rolls, we're seeing everything. The ads are working properly, okay? I had to wait because the way YouTube works, you have to wait at least 2 days to get any kind of data on ad revenue. At least 2 days for it to refresh and get an update or anything like that, okay? So I wait 2 days, I wait 3 days. Finally, I start to get the data. I'm like, wait a minute, what the revenue that I made was terrible compared to what I was making with Curse.
Right.
I'm not even exaggerating here. I was making daily about half as much
good.
as I was making when I was under the Curse partnership.
Now people can look into that and figure out how much Curse pays.
Own personal AdSense. Now keep in mind, all the videos had ads enabled. There wasn't an issue where the ads didn't enable. No, all the videos had ads enabled. They all had the video ads that are supposed to be the high-paying ads. I was making half as much on my own personal AdSense. And I'm like, what? Like, seriously, this is absolutely god-awful. And the thing is, that was a weekend where if I was with Curse...
I wonder if... Again, this is speculation. I'm probably wrong about this, but if this is a fresh, new... AdSense account, with the current climate of YouTube ads, it makes sense that they'd incentivize people who put out advertiser-friendly, I did the double quotes there, you couldn't see it, advertiser-friendly content. It makes sense that they would incentivize people to continue to do that. I wonder if, since it was a fresh account, like the money you make is less. That's probably bullshit. I'm sure it's a standard rate and it's just based on views or whatever, but it would make sense, I guess, if there was some sort of curve to basically, well, you would have to have more and more views over time, and your content would have to be friendly. Whatever. There's a lot of factors here. There's a lot of money at play, and his little experiment went haywire, and he fucked up.
A ton of money because that was the weekend that I was playing Prey, and I missed out on all of that. The ad revenue was absolutely terrible.
You goofed. You experimented. It's an experiment. You got to take a risk, and it didn't work. But that's what risk management is all about, you dumbass.
Weekend that I stayed on the personal AdSense.
Are you done with this story yet? Ooh.
Okay.
He slammed that drink.
So that being said, folks, all that being said, after 4 days of being on my personal AdSense, I said, I can't do this. This is terrible, man. So I
went back to
recontacted
Curse.
Curse. I said, here's the situation.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're sorry.
From you guys for 1 week. It was actually that Monday.
He's looking at his big whiteboard calendar. He's got to have a giant whiteboard calendar. He's got to. Why is he leaning over like that?
So that was this Monday. It was
Jesus Christ, he went almost out of the screen.
Right? I wrote them and I said, I've been away for you guys for 1 week.
Surprised you didn't fall over there, fat boy.
Guess what? It didn't work out. Just like I kind of was afraid of or I suspected. It did not work out.
You are lucky. You are lucky that you have a company that's willing to, A, pay you that much more than the standard rate on Google AdSense, and B, is willing to accept you back after you say, I can do better, and I want to try something else. You are lucky.
Lied to me. They said they were going to put me in a managed partnership. They refused to do so after only being with them 1 freaking day, right? So, listen, the revenue that I was making when I was with you at Curse is way more than what I was making on my personal AdSense for 4 days.
Kiss their ass a little bit.
I'd be a buffoon to keep doing it myself.
He's a buffoon.
I want to go back with you guys. And basically, Curse reiterated exactly what they had said at the beginning of the process. They said, okay, we'll take you back into our network, but understand this isn't something that we're going to do for you every month. If you're going to do this now, we're hoping that you're going to at least stay for a while. And
He's lucky. He's so lucky that they took him back.
I've already lost out on over a week of ad revenue on YouTube because I was fishing around.
Fishing around. No, you were experimenting. You're playing with variables, and you're playing with fire, and you fucked up. And you came crawling back to a company that gave you more money, although it wasn't what you wanted. But there you go. They don't have the MCN, they're not going to, keep the copyright strikes off all the time. But it's all about that bottom dollar. Fucking right. How does this guy land on his feet?
And I'd be an idiot to really play around anymore. I've had enough.
Well, no shit. I said that from the fucking beginning.
I just want to be back with Curse, and I want to get settled in. And
want to get back to Curse and settle in.
The funny thing about
He's
the
a
whole
battered
situation
housewife.
is I even had issues too. Like when we were trying to re-sign me back to Curse, there was an issue where a tax form wasn't showing up or whatever. They solved it like this, like instantly.
Oh, now he's going to talk nice about Curse.
And they found the technical issue and they solved it. So unlike this stupid fake MCN or whoever they are, or unlike YouTube, Curse actually responds to issues and fixes them like this.
Well, no shit.
What?
They call themselves a union for gamers, so, they may not offer as much, but they want to keep people around who are making content and making money for them.
Wow. You mean like a company that actually cares about people or their customers or the people who sign with them and they actually want to have a good business relationship and make money? What a fucking amazing concept that they would actually have a good working relationship and actually respond and fix problems.
Yeah, unlike those shithole hospitals in fucking America.
I never would have thought about that, right? So... yeah, that's the deal. So now, as of earlier this week, it was Monday, Tuesday.
He's fucking
I'm back in the partnership.
It's annoying
with Curse.
me.
I'm happy to report that after we got signed, they were able to bulk monetize all the advertisements on my videos, which was great.
Yep.
And I'm now back to making the decent amount of money that I was making with them in March and April on a daily basis. In fact, right now, the views are actually kind of down.
Oh, he keeps looking that way.
Prey and there's no new...
Is he looking at stream chat, or do you think he writes like a... If he has a whiteboard calendar, what if he writes like his little... dollars per day. That's what gets him going. He's got a little dollar symbol next to each day. It's like, ooh, got a few more shekels.
Game right now, but I'm still doing pretty good, okay? So I have to say this, folks. If you're going into YouTube, or maybe you have a YouTube channel already and you're considering, I'd like to monetize my stuff, but I'm not exactly sure how to go about it. Should I just make a personal AdSense and roll with that? Or should I maybe go with a partner network? What are the benefits? Go with a reputable partner network that not only is going to...
No, no, Phil. Do you not learn anything from this? Make an AdSense account yourself first. Deal with a little chuck in your income, a little lost money. Deal with it, and then you'll be able to move around a little bit more freely. Because if anything, if you're going to get an MCN later on, like you were so jonesing for, you should probably have your own personal AdSense account. Go through the steps, make the AdSense account first. Make sure everything's good. Don't piss off Google, because they're pulling the strings at the end of the day. Then go for some account, and then fucking moron.
To be very upfront about what you get.
How in his right mind does he think that he could give advice after his blunder, after his fuck up? Does he think he's in any sort of position to tell content creators who are up and comers what to do? Fuck off.
Oh, partner network that is well known, so you can trust them, so that they're not.
Yeah, just go with what's popular. That's smart. Don't do your own research. Just go with someone who's well known. I mean, what the fuck?
Have any of these fucking really bad issues like a little rinky-dink place. Curse provides me with the same exact free music library that I had when I was with Machinima, so I could continue to make edited videos with music with no problem, which is excellent.
You could make your own music. You'd fucking fart into a kazoo.
Great customer support.
It would be original.
Quickly. It's not always like this. Maybe it's 1 to 2 days sometimes, but they get back pretty quickly. And when there's an issue, they solve the issue right away. I get a good dashboard that tracks my daily earnings. So I can actually see every day how much I'm making. And the dashboard, unlike Machinima, the dashboard even tracks the day I'm getting paid and has status updates for when you're going to get paid. And once you get paid, it says the payment cleared. It has like all this cool, useful data in it.
Why'd you leave him in the first place? Well, I know why you left him in the first place, because they weren't offering you the same things as a big MCN.
Network I've been with. It really is. So I definitely have to strongly recommend you go with a big-time MCN. You're going to make more money doing it, even though they take a cut. Overall, you're still going to make more.
You know what's funny? He could, after all of this, he could at least say go with Curse if you're a gamer. After he came back begging to them.
Much more money doing it than if you ran.
I get Curse is technically an MCN, but they're not like in the same way as Machinima. They don't have as much copyright protection and whatever. So he obviously gets issues that come up, and they probably can't solve them. But fucking
own private AdSense.
You might as well. They threw you the biggest bone. You might as well throw them back a little one.
Just makes sense, okay? So that's my story. That's the full, true story of what actually happened.
It's the full, true story.
In the past few weeks, anything you heard from a third party on a podcast or a former employee doesn't apply and is complete bullshit. What I told you.
Thankfully, I am an underground individual. I have no identity. I don't exist. I'm not a podcast. I'm just some fucking loser who gets drunk and watches these videos and can fucking have a better business bone than Phil does.
God's honest truth. My favorite part of the whole situation is that apparently someone from Lavaria, who, by the way, I never dealt with that company, claimed that they
you never dealt with that company? Who did you talk to? What about Dibio? Fucking Dibio
their partnership with me. What? I was gone on Thursday. I was at 100% already split.
He's lying.
And said, I'm done with these people. So anything they said happened after Thursday, May 4th is completely illegitimate. It's just absolutely fucking asinine. And of course they're going to do that. They're going to say that because they want to try to get attention. No way. No way. That's so stupid. It's such a lie. And I'm glad that I finally got to clear the air here, because that's the bottom line is, you have
someone's got to clear the air.
Information around the internet. I knew eventually I was going to have to tell the full story, but I didn't want to just do a vlog. I said, I'm going to do a podcast. This could easily be a nice segment on the podcast to clear everything up. So that's why I just did that like that. Okay. All right. All right, folks. Well, looks like we got some view botters coming in here. I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know how that's going to negatively affect us at all. But I am putting the channel into followers only mode as of right now, just to prevent any kind of crazy spam or something.
Should I be watching this? I feel like I shouldn't be watching this anymore.
I don't know. So now we're in followers only mode. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, to end the podcast, which now has gone incredibly long.
Are we done?
Obviously, plan on the podcast being an ordeal that got split up or whatever.
I think this is it. I think he goes on and does
Q&A segment. I'll be taking questions from the stream chat.
Yeah, all right. He's going to do his Q&A now. I'm done. This is another fucking hour-long video. I didn't expect it to go this long, but I always find something. To talk about because this guy is so internally inconsistent. That's why I started doing this. It doesn't matter where you come in or what happens or how much or how little you know about anything. You can find fucking holes in his Swiss cheese logic and stories on a daily basis. Now, I'm going to call this video good. This is a part 2. It's probably not as good as any of my other ones. I don't give a fuck. But I wanted to get it done because I said I was going to do it. Here it is. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to watch his new vlog and talk about it, but I don't think that there's much to talk about. It's his weekend preview from yesterday. It's Monday. I do this on his day off. I like to do this on his day off because I'm always late to the fucking party. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good night, morning, fucking wherever you are. I don't give a fuck. But I appreciate the views. I appreciate the comments. It means I'm doing something right. This video is sponsored by Uber. Uber.